Hi guys, let's look at the homework questions of exercise 14b. But before we start, let's quickly revise the concepts that we've done in exercise 14b. So the first one that we did was if we need to figure out the slope of a line, then the slope of a line is given by the formula slope is equal to tan theta. Now theta is the positive angle that it makes in the anti-clockwise direction with the x-axis. This is basically an acute angle, angle which it makes with the positive direction anti-clockwise with the x-axis. So in this case, let's say theta is 60 degree. So then in this case, the slope will be tan of 60 degree. Let's look at another line which is sloped like this. In this case, if I look at the anti-clockwise direction, the angle made here is more than 90 degree. So here in such a case, we look at clockwise direction from this side and we call this negative theta. So in this case, the slope would be tan of negative theta, which would be negative of tan theta. Next, another formula for calculating the slope is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. What is y1, y2 and x1, x2? Let's say if I have this line, I have a point which is x1, y1. I have a point which is x2, y2. If I know 2 points on a line, by using this formula, I can find the slope of this given line. And the third thing that we did was for parallel lines, slopes are equal, which means slope of line 1 is equal to slope of line 2 if the lines are parallel, right? And the last thing that we did as a concept was for a pair of perpendicular lines, m1 into m2 is equal to negative 1. So if this is line 1 and this is line 2, then slope of line 1 multiplied with slope of line 2 would be equal to a negative 1. So these were the concepts that which were there in this exercise. Let's go ahead and solve the homework questions. So the first homework question was question number 4, part 1. It says find the slope of a line parallel to AB if A and B are given. So slope of AB is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, 6 minus 4 upon 0 minus negative 2. That's 2 upon 2, which is equal to 1. Therefore, slope of required line is equal to slope of AB, because their lines are parallel, is equal to 1. Next one, question number 5, part 2. It says find the slope of a line perpendicular to AB if the coordinates of A and B are given. Again, let's figure out the slope of AB. That would be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So let's take 2 minus negative 2 upon negative 1 minus 3. So that's 2 plus 2 upon negative 4. That's 4 upon negative 4, which means negative 1. Now slope of required line multiplied with slope of AB would be equal to negative 1, since AB is perpendicular to the required line. So slope of the required line will be equal to negative 1 upon slope of AB, which is negative 1 upon negative 1, which is equal to 1. Therefore, slope of required line is equal to 1. Good. Let's look at the next homework question. The next homework question was question number 9. It says without using the distance formula, show that the points A, B, C, D are the vertices of a parallelogram. So let's say this is the parallelogram A, B, C, D. We need to prove that this is a parallelogram and we can't use the distance formula. Then the other thing which is possible is to prove that both pair of opposite sides are parallel. If both pair of opposite sides are parallel, then it's a parallelogram. So let's calculate slope of AB. Slope of AB would be equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, 5 minus 2 upon 4 minus 1. That 3 upon 3 is equal to 1. Next, slope of CD would be equal to again y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, 6 minus 3 upon 7 minus 4. So this is CD, 6 minus 3 upon 7 minus 4, that's 3 upon 3, which is equal to 1. Next, let's try and figure out the slope of the other two sides, which is point number 3. Slope of BC would be equal to, again, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. In this case, so we are looking at BC, 3 minus 2 upon 4 minus 1. 3 minus 2, 4 minus 1, which is 1 upon 3. Let's figure out the slope of AD. Slope of AD would also be equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this is A, this is D. So that's 6 minus 5 upon 7 minus 4. That's 1 upon 3. Since slope of AB is equal to slope of CD, therefore AB is parallel to CD. Similarly, since slope of BC is equal to slope of AD, therefore BC is parallel to AD. Since both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, therefore quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Good, let's look at the next homework question. The next homework question was question number 14. It says the sides AB of square ABCD is parallel to x-axis. So AB is parallel to x-axis. We already know that the opposite sides of a square are parallel to each other, which means CD is also parallel to x-axis. Find the slope of all its sides. So slope of AB would be equal to the slope of CD, which is equal to the slope of x-axis. Why? Because these sides are equal, and slope of x-axis is equal to tan 0 degree, because x-axis makes an angle of 0 degree with itself, which means slope of tan 0 degree is nothing but 0. So we have slope of AB is equal to slope of CD is equal to tan 0, which is 0. Next, slope of AD will be equal to the slope of BC. Again, these two lines are parallel to each other. The opposite sides of a square are parallel to each other, which would be equal to the slope of y-axis, which is basically equal to tan 90 degree, because y-axis makes an angle of 90 degree with the x-axis, and tan 90 is not defined or infinity. Defined or infinity, whichever way you write, that would be taken as a correct answer. Good, so first part of the question done. Find the slope of all its sides. Find the slope of diagonal AC. So let me make the diagonal AC and let me extend it so that it intersects with the x-axis as well. Now, if I knew the angle which is CAB, or let's call this point Q. So if I knew the angle CQX, then I would be able to figure out the slope. Any property that you remember of a diagonal of a square? Yes, I remember that the diagonal of a square bisects the vertex angle. So since diagonal of a square bisects the vertex angle, therefore angle CAB is equal to 90 degree upon 2, which is equal to 45 degree. Therefore, slope of line AC, which is diagonal AC, would be equal to tan of 45 degree. Why tan 45 degree? Because since AB is parallel to the x-axis, the angle here which I have marked here, which is CQX, would be equal to angle CAB, because these are corresponding angles. So tan 45 degree is 1. So slope of AC, diagonal AC, is 1. That brings me to the last part of the question, slope of diagonal BD. Again, diagonal BD bisects the vertex angle, which means this angle here is 45 degree, this angle here is 45 degree. When I look at the slope, and I'm looking at it this time from the clockwise direction, then we are looking at an angle of negative 45 degree. So slope of BD would be equal to tan of negative 45 degree, which is nothing but negative tan 45 degree, which is -1. So slope of BD is equal to -1, slope of AC is 1, slope of AB and CD is 0, and slope of AD and BC is not defined or infinity. But that brings me to the last homework question that we had, which is question number 19. It says the points k3, 2, -4 and negative k plus 1, -2 are collinear, which means they lie along a straight line, right? So let's say this is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. This is k3, this is 2 comma -4, and this is negative k plus 1 comma -2. They lie on a straight line. Since points are collinear, which means the slope of this any two points AB, BC and AC, all of them would be equal. Therefore, slope of AB would be equal to the slope of BC. Let's figure out the slope of AB. Let's figure out the slope of BC. Let's equate them. That should help us find the value of K. So slope of AB would be y2 minus y1. In this case, 3 minus -4 upon K minus 2. Right, 3 minus -4 and K minus 2. Perfect. Let's look at BC. In this case, that would be -4 minus -2. That's correct. -4 minus -2 upon 2 minus negative K plus 1. -4 minus -2 and 2 minus negative K plus 1. Okay, let's open the brackets. Let's see what we get. So that 3 plus 4 upon K minus 2, and this is -4 plus 2 upon 2 plus K minus 1. Right, that's 2 plus K minus 1. Let's add them up. That's 7 upon K minus 2 is equal to -2 upon 2 minus 1. It's 1, so that's 1 plus K. Let's cross multiply. I get 7 times 1 plus K is equal to -2 times K minus 2. Let's open the bracket. That's 7 plus 7K is equal to -2K plus 4. -2K plus 4. Let's bring K on one side, the numbers on the other side. We get 7K plus 2K is equal to 4 minus 7. That's 9K is equal to -3. Therefore, K is equal to -3 upon 9, which is -1 upon 3. Therefore, K is equal to -1 upon 3. So if K is -1 upon 3, then these 3 points are collinear. Perfect. That brings me to an end of this video. Hope you liked the video. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to write into me. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you with the next video. Bye-bye.